The votes are in, it's time to see what this town is meant to be. Together strong we'll cast our say, build tomorrow from today. Side by side we make the call, every voice it counts them all. A team of hearts with plans to share, for every soul we're standing there. It's in the ballot, it's in our hands. Together we rise and take a stand. For every dream, for every need, community spirit is our creed. The vote is here to pave the way, working hard both night and day, delivering hope, delivering dreams. We are the ones who fuel the streams. Every corner, every street, we bring the change that makes us meet. Hand in hand we hold the flame, together we'll make a lasting name. It's in the ballot, it's in our hands. Together we rise and take a stand. For every dream, for every need, community spirit is our creed. The vote is here to pave the way, working hard both night and day, delivering hope, delivering dreams. We are the ones to fuel the streams. Every corner, every street, we bring the change that makes us meet. Hand in hand.
Hello, welcome to today's It's in the Ballot show. We've got our councillors at large or district-wide, as we said, are vying to get your vote on why they should be on the next, be your councillors for the next 3 years. But with every election, there's one thing stepping their way, and that's your vote. Okay, so welcome to our first It's in the Ballot show in Kawerau, and it is a great pleasure to be my first time being in the community and having such a helpful, wonderful community. You've definitely helped make myself and the It's in the Ballot team feel very welcome here. So we're going to kick off first with opening statements. Each candidate will get 1 minute on why they should receive one of your ticks when it comes to voting in this local body elections. Was it Beres? You get to go first.
I'm currently involved in running primary netball on Keep Kawerau Beautiful, the Kawerau Youth Council, Eastern Bay Road Safety Committee, Community Grants Committee and Audit and Risk Committees, Girls Night Out and Sir Optimist International of Rotorua. In the past, I have been involved in Girl Guides, Scouting, Manager for Rangatahi Tai Mitchell, Kawerau Intermediate School Board of Trustees, Mountain View Rest Home Board of Trustees. As you can see, I have a lot of experience in organisations and governance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, next up, Sella.
Kia ora malololei. Morena Kawerau. It's nice and early, so we're out here and I'm standing again after 9 years in council and of course serving the community with over 20 years experience within the mental health, social sectors, health, education and physical activities. Have had many roles within our community, deputy and chair, South School Board, Tarawera High School Board, Kiwanis International was one of the youngest members back when I was 21, so only a couple of years ago, Beres. And then, of course, Kawerau Amateur Swimming Club, where I was privileged not only to be a committee member, but to learn how to swim at the age of 30. Again, not too far from how old I am right now. I've played rugby, I've done taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all the sports that have been offered to our Kawerau community, I've been privileged to be a part of, and then to give back as part of their committee groups. I look forward to having your vote to continue the journey. Kia ora.
Okay, thank you for that. And next up, Carolyn.
Kia ora, Carolyn Iron, Kawerau District Councillor currently, and standing and sitting alongside our current councillors, Sella and Beres. So I'd just like to acknowledge them as well, because we're all in this together, aren't we? So coming live from the Kawerau Town Hall, it's humongous. Used to be a picture theatre a few years ago. I won't say how many, might give away my age. But yeah, I've been in council since 2007 and really proud to be part of this community, growing up here, raised a family here. If you haven't found me on the sports field, you've found me at schools, yeah, done everything. And like Sella, just mirrored being part of the community. So really look forward to stepping up again and really ask that you vote for experience, grounded in the community and for the K. So thank you to the viewer, thank you for viewing in, and to our audience. Ka pai.
Okay, thank you for that. Now let's get off to the, okay, so now we're going to get down to the box questions. Oh, get the right camera that gets that one on me. Okay, so this is where candidates get to pick out box numbers and answer the questions that are in the boxes in there. Now, just to give a bit of a heads up, we do things here on a very small of an oil rig, so I'm being both Selwyn Tealgood and Tenaka Kabushia if you get the roles of what I mean on that one. So each candidate will go one by one to pick a box number and then answer the question that is sitting in the box. Now, we do have one thing in there. Each candidate gets 2 button cards, metaphorically speaking. So if they would like to button their answer, they can sit down there, raise their hand for a button, and then put it in after the original candidate has sat there and finished the question. Also, if there is a question that they do not want to answer, they also have a defer card. Fingers crossed, they don't need to use them, but you never know. We're doing very well at this part of the country. I think we haven't had a defer card being used since we were last in Wellington. So I think that's a sign of a good thing. So that's quite a few weeks. I'll probably end up having Henry or Nick or someone will tell me when the last time a defer card was done. And we have a random order number sheet here on working out who gets to go first. And Carolyn, you get to pick the first box number between 1 and 28. You can use Te Reo Māori or English for the box numbers.
Okay, first up, let's go number 1, Tahi.
Okay. Okay, we got T for Tarawera. And, oh, actually, I just want to make sure that I've got the right. Oh no, I don't have the right graphics on the screen for that one. I've got the right ones now. So let's go to T. And it's still the same question. Oh, that's good. I love my question master. Okay, T for Tango. How will you create more opportunities for rangatahi in education, training and employment?
Great question, and proudly I'd like to say that we already are doing this in the K, in Kawerau. It's called the Mayoral's Task Force, led by our Mayor, Faylene Tunui, and supported by Council. This is a very structured organisation throughout New Zealand under local government, and it's supported by our local industries, heavily supported, and we have a coordinator, and it's just, the resilience is through the Mayoral Task Force with the combination of Council, the young potential employees and the employer. So it's all networked here in the K as we sit and is happening right now. Thank you.
Okay, now who's next on my random all sheet? Stella, what box number?
2.
Number 2. Okay, we got N for November. What steps would you take to protect awa, whenua, and ngahere in the district? And apologies if I got any pronunciations wrong. Bit nervous there myself.
Thank you, Sam. There are legislative functions, policies, rules and regulations that do govern that space that allow council to be good stewards and kaitiaki of our awa, whenua and ngahere. But it is the partnerships with landowners, iwi, stakeholders that provide the real kaitiaki responsibilities and breathe life into what we hope central government also has for our awa, whenua and ngahere within each of our individual districts.
Okay, thank you for that. Next up, Beres, what box number?
I'm looking at F,
Sorry?
B, F.
You can't pick letters, pick box numbers.
Numbers between 1 and 28.
Oh, that wasn't on my rules.
Between 3 and 28.
Okay, I'll go for 14.
14, no.
Seeing I live at 14 Dommett Street.
Okay, we have U for uniform. Do you support initiatives that enable, whānau, hapu and iwi to benefit from council projects and contracts?
Yes, my simple answer is we have a policy at council where we try our best to employ local contractors and local people. We're a small community. There are many iwi who actually reside in our district, while we only have one major local iwi. But everybody is welcome to join in, and we're just one big happy family.
Okay, thank you for that. Carolyn, what box number?
Ooh, should we go? 13, lucky thumb.
No problem. Let's get lucky or unlucky 13 out of the way. It might be one of the winning lotto numbers tonight. Okay, we got L for Lima. What do you think are the key issues of our town, and how do you plan to fix them?
Oh, good question. I'm going to take the second part of that, how I'm going to fix them.
Or you as the council?
As the council, okay.
Can you swap mics, please? Just because that's glitching out. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll restart the timer.
Yeah. And could you read the question?
Sure.
I got it.
Okay. What's it called? Sorry. What do you think are the key issues of our town, and how do you plan to fix them?
Okay, so can you hear this one? Yep, good. So I'm going to go back to the end of the question, and how do I plan to fix them? As a current district councillor, we don't individually fix things. We are a team. The issues, we would probably start. There's issues in every community. I'm not going to single out one today, and I want to emphasise that we work all 9 at the table as a team, and we consult with our community. So the issues often come from the community to the table. I think this is pass the mic. So yeah, so my simple answer, as mentioned by my fellow candidates here, is that it is not a here and now question, it's a future question, and it's a team question. Thank you.
And thank you for bearing us while we do swap the mic literally live on screen. Okay, Sella, what box number?
Close to my age, 28. I don't know why they're laughing.
That's all right, that's all right. We have Q for Quebec. Kawerau has unique challenges and opportunities. How would you support Māori enterprise employment and training?
Q.
Yep, Q for Quebec.
I like the first part. Kawerau is unique. And we usually roll up our sleeves whenever there has been challenges historically in the community, when central government do not have the same hopes and aspirations for our whānau. In doing that, we come up with solutions. Localism. Localism provides the motor behind any of the issues or problems that have arisen because of legislation that has not been friendly to our whānau. In regards to supporting Māori enterprise employment and training, there are already existing partnerships and stakeholders and relationships that are proven in this community to be in place. Before this question was actually posed, it was operating. Within the time I've been on council, within that 9 years, those relationships have been founded, and those whānau have come up with the solutions for enterprise employment and training.
Okay, thank you for that. Beres, what box number?
Go number 3.
Go number 3, no problem. Okay, we got A for Alpha. Do you support political party endorsements of local candidates?
We haven't had to have that in our community because we are just all one. We do have people very active in all the political parties with a presence in our community, but none of the councillors in my 21 years have ever stood on a party ticket. So no, we're all one big family, as everybody says, and we all work together for the betterment of our district.
Okay, Carolyn, what box number?
Oh, let's go 19.
19. As I would call a bit of a useless age because there's no perks or benefits with age 19. Okay, we got B for Bravo. How would you stand up for your community interest if it differs from your own position?
Yeah, well, hey, this is about being on council now. As a councillor, you take an oath to act impartially. So your own personal view, you put to the side. You actually lock it up. And that is the challenge of standing for your community. Your personal choices, your personal thoughts, yep, they're there, they sit there. But as I say, and I must impress, especially on the new candidates that will potentially come in to Kawerau District Council, is that we take an oath, we act impartially, and we act for the good of all people. And it's extremely serious. And yeah, I'd just like to impress that. And that is what I've done since 2007. Thank you.
Okay, Stella, what box number?
Pretty hard, but the number of kids my mum and dad have, 8.
8. So Wadu. Okay, we got H for hotel. What role do you see for the council in improving health and wellbeing outcomes in our community?
Well, I'm glad that that's a localised question because we know central government has differing views with a reduction of funding to health, education, public services, and now the 4 wellbeings. As always, the answer is a collective response, and have seen Her Worship, our Mayor, representing Kawerau District Council to utilise the connections she has at both a local, regional and national level to look at what supports are available to improve health and wellbeing. Outside of this, in true Kawerau style, localised interventions were implemented until those conversations were heard at the bigger table. Tūwharetoa haura become the nurse practitioners that they are. Rongoā practitioners and knowledge being shared within our local community. St. John Kawerau, Hato Hone Health Shuttle. Pharmacists stepping in to offer medical advice where directed They were able to by our medical practices because they were overwhelmed. Tarawera Medical Centre's joint venture. In March 2024, a significant partnership was formed to provide equitable health services to Kawerau.
Thank you for that. Beres, what box number?
I'll have number 5.
Number 5. Okay. Okay, we got E for Echo. What will you do to ensure you have a relationship with mana whenua?
That's quite easy. I'm a checkout chick. And so when people come through my checkout, we have a good conversation. They throw the bricks as well as give the bouquets, and I can always offer extra explanations. To me, I don't really see any difference. We're all one people, working together, living together for the betterment of our district.
Okay, and we're going to toss up the order a little bit and going to change how we're doing it for the next couple of box rounds. Beres, you get to go first. What box number?
I'll take number 11. Thank you. Legs 11.
Okay, we got O for Portiki. Would you consider permanently opening local parks and reserve? And a bit of an explanation behind it. There is a lack of accessibility for many, e.g. disabled, parents with prams, temporarily injured, cyclists who cannot lift their bikes. The current structure favours a large part of the community being penalised because of being in a minority. God, that's a bit of a tongue twister.
Right, it is a bit of a shame, a real shame, that we have had to fence off our reserves and our parks. But for a very small portion of our community, they don't respect our community. Just the other day, we were down at the river looking at the work which has been done at the kayaking area, and somebody wanted to get closer to the river in their big four-wheel drive, so they'd taken their metal grinder out and they had grind away a guard and then the padlock. And so we do not want to waste money fixing up reserves and parks being torn up. We do try to make our parks as accessible as possible, but we are a bit limited.
Okay. Carolyn, what box number?
18. 18.
Oh yes, the good old voting age. As I always say, it's a very useful age. And anyone who turns 18 before it's the 11th of October, or is it the 10th? Voting day. 11th. If you turned 18 between now and then, make sure you get out and do a special vote. Okay, we've got M for Mike. Do you support reviewing council spending priorities before turning to further rates increases?
Rates. Yeah, that's a great 5-letter word. Do you support reviewing council spending priorities before turning to further rate increases? Spending priorities, we work on our financials week in, week out. This question, well, similar question was raised at the Grey Power candidates meeting yesterday afternoon. The ability to get the same amount of money in as what it costs to run the Kawerau district community depends mainly on rates. It's our main source of income. So it's a question where we're working as a council, with our operational side, as I say, week in, week out. So to soften the blow is probably what most councils will aim for. But yes, inevitably, rate increases are upon us, but to smooth them is the priority.
Okay, Stella, what box number?
The date I made my husband's dreams come true by saying I do, 27.
27. I like that.
I hope he does too.
Love always finding out the personal reasons of why numbers mean things. Okay, we've got AB for the All Blacks. Is it fair to say Kawerau District Council has deviated away from providing core services to the community?
Sorry, what letter was that?
AB.
AB. Yes, I don't see that question with the box question, but
And I
happy to.
wonder if it's the one that's. Oh, I know what it's done. It's gone into the wrong shows and records. I need to-
That's not us.
No, that's not your fault.
No.
No, that is literally the Stream Deck program. Every time I keep pressing AB, it always goes to 7 p.m.'s AB slot, not 4 p.m.'s AB slot, which you're on 4 p.m. graphics because we've only got two
Etipa, I
sections.
got confused, Sam, but I would have answered your question anyway.
Oh,
but
okay. I've got the
happy
right
to
one
see
on
what's up
screen
there.
here. Yeah. What impact do you believe you will have in our town if elected? E.g., what changes would you like to see?
What letter was that, sorry?
AB. Is that the right one?
Oh, yes.
I feel like I've been a bit asleep at the wheel.
No, you are awake. I'm just looking for the question. Maybe. And it would be the question I have difficulty with because it's about talking about myself. So I'll go off the top of my head. With the love and aroha from our community, I have been blessed to be able to serve for the last 9 years. Kawerau believed when I first stood that I could make an impact, I could make a positive differences because of the role that I was involved in and all of the local community groups that I sat and participated to be a part of. If they believe that I still have that within me, that in my young youth, I can also stand up and rise to the challenges of central government. It's not local government that have the challenges, it's central government imposing unhelpful legislative requirements because of hidden agendas. Lucky, Kawerau knows what those agendas are, and so there are probably already solutions being forged outside of the space with local stakeholders, partnerships and the relationships that we have within the community. So if you think I can still do it, Kawerau, I would be proud to represent you.
Okay, thank you for that, and thank you for making all that work. Beres, what box number?
I'll have 16.
16. Oh yes, the good old driver's license age. Now, not what it probably was when much of the people in this room probably would have got theirs. Okay, we got Y for yellow. Do you think Māori ward representatives should be active in local marae, and that should be a prerequisite of being allowed to stand in a Māori ward? Why or why not?
In our district, we only have one marae, and it happens to be a marae for everybody, because when this community was first built, we had somebody from just about every country in the world. And so we can go to Rautahi Marae and find their symbol. But within our district, we have many iwi from other areas. And so it would be a great imposition to ask our Maori candidates to go to the local marae. I know for a fact that they do attend their own marae and are very active in it. Thank you.
Okay. Carolyn, what box number?
25.
25. Okay, we got C for Charlie. What do you wish to achieve for the community as a council member?
Oh, what do I wish to achieve? I have to go back. I'm going to be that recorder, right? That one that goes around and around and around. As a team, we all hope to achieve longevity, sustainability, all those big words that means Kawerau is Kawerau, and we keep everything local. So that's a big conversation at the moment, that word. And as a group and our locals, we can see them sitting here in the audience. Unfortunately, we're facing the camera, but the most important people along with you, the viewer, are our people who are sitting here and viewing. So yeah, just to be here, make our own decisions, keep it local, keep it kawerau.
Okay, Stella, what box number?
The year my oldest daughter was born, 7.
7.
It was 2007, by the way.
Okay, we got I for India. How can the council contribute to civil defence and emergency management in our area?
Regional and District Council already work closely together on hazard identification and emergency preparedness. Council's role within localism, I think, is to ensure that whatever changes occur within that space is shared with our local stakeholders and providers, so that as a community, from a localised position, we are all prepared for any emergency.
Okay, Beres.
I'll have number 6 if it hasn't gone.
We can have number 6. Okay, we got AA for AA batteries. If elected, what would be your top priority within your council term?
Because we're going to have quite a few new councillors, one of the major tasks will be helping all those new councillors to the table to come up to speed with what actually council is all about. Because until you've actually come to the table, you don't realise sometimes how restricted you are with legislation. The other big one for me is that we retain our water services in-house. We don't need anybody else messing up with our water services. We have excellent staff, top quality staff, probably better than most people. We've well maintained our assets over the life of the district, and we're in a very good space for us to be able to look after our own assets.
Okay. Carolyn, what box number?
Oh, this is a heartfelt one, this one. Number 26, our Moko's birth date.
Okay, let's see what's in number 26. Okay, we got D for Delta. What does genuine partnership under Te Tiriti or Waitangi look like for Kawerau District Council? Sorry for the tongue twister there.
What does it look like? I'd say, what does it feel like? And it feels like we're all in this together. Particularly with Kawerau District Council, they've fought really hard back in the day. So I'm going back to around about my second term to get our iwi liaison committee up and running. So we refer currently to affectionately known as Koro Boise, where we sit and are grounded and are advised and are taking it along the journey here in Kawerau. So that's what it means here. It's hard to express it out to you talking about it, because it is really about what is felt here, what we're learning on the run sometimes. So I'll leave it there. Kia ora.
Okay, Stella, what box number?
And the year my baby daughter was born in, which is 2010, so we'll go for 10.
10. Okay, we've got X for xylophone. As a councillor, how would you work collaboratively with your fellow councillors to deliver on your promises?
X. Oh, I love this question. You can start my clock. Thank you. As a current elected member, and I'm sitting next to 2 of them, I see all those who I have been privileged to stand beside, each with our individual flair and personalities, our robust conversations behind closed doors. However, we were guided by one common goal: to serve Kawerau to the best of our abilities. This is part of the beauty of being one of the smallest councils in the country, that those we sit beside, we know them, or their whānau outside of the council space. and that we can have brave conversations and hug each other at the end of it. The latter part of that question, deliver on your promises. I have learned from being a part of the system of local government not to make promises when what we are being legislatively required to do is determined by central government and their funding streams. What I can promise is that I will continue to serve Kawerau.
Okay, we're going to toss up the order. We've gone through 18 questions so far. So Sally, you get to go first. What box number would you pick?
What numbers are left?
We've got
I know Beres is writing them down. I should have just looked at
got
Beres.
4, 9, 12, 15, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Go for 4, the awesome month of Aries. I was born in, my son. 4.
Sorry, 4. Sorry,
Didn't hear my spiel.
that's all good. We get there. Okay, we've got K for Kawerau. Where is it? Rates have significantly increased in the last 3 years. What would you do to ensure affordability for ratepayers while still funding essential services?
It's been a hot topic for conversation. Rates are going to keep going up, and anyone who promises they can stop that happening is lying to you. We've heard that throughout the electoral process. Rate rises are being caused by 3 things: increased debt levels, inflation, which is the cost of living for both industry and businesses and community, and the need to upgrade our water infrastructure, which was imposed by central government. The proposal for 2025-2026, if you have been able to pick up the long-term plan, of the 3 years of the long-term plan, is to keep a steady ship. And I just lean on our well-seasoned councillor here, because it was one of her words. As we are still unsure of central government's reform amendments for local water done well, and those decisions are looking to be made after elections.
Okay, Carolyn, what box number?
Number 12.
Number 12.
Is it gone?
Okay, we got P for Papa. How will you ensure future development in Kawerau delivers benefit back to mana whenua and local Māori?
Okay, honest answer. Carolyn is often known for the black and white side of things, but honestly, we're here to work for all, and that's something that I personally cannot deliver. When we deliver as an enabler, so Kawerau District Council, our main role is to enable things to happen, be ready, if we talk about being work ready, well, we're business ready and employment ready. So here in Kawerau, what we strive to do is have a community well equipped for anybody who walks in the door or turns up here to take on business, take on employees. So we're talking all people, all manner of people. I'll go back to my oath that I take for the Kawerau District. Thank you.
Okay, Beres, what box number?
I'm going to choose number 9.
Number 9. Okay, we got V for violin. What are your priorities for improving council services in Kawerau's Māori community, e.g. transport, water, waste?
We're very fortunate in our community to have been gifted a modern wastewater plant, which runs extremely well by our team. The only way really to improve things is for everybody to work together and respecting what we've actually got in our community. Thank you.
Okay, Sella, what box number?
I'll let you choose, Sam,
We'll do
because
my
I forgot the
birthday.
numbers.
That's all right. We'll do my birthday of 22. It's all right. And as long as no one mentions the word Labour Day of 1990, then you can't say you match my age. But I have found someone who matches the year of my mother but was born on the same date as me. So yeah, it's quite weird though. It's every birthday. It's like, Warwick, happy birthday, Sam, happy birthday back. It's quite funny. It's like a tradition we do every year.
You're cool, Sam.
Yeah.
I just got lost.
That's all
Oh,
right.
22, I heard that number.
22, yep. Okay, we got W for whakatane. What experience or skills do you bring to ensure sound financial governance and decision making?
I am not a mathematician or an accountant, but I know enough about financial governance and sound decision-making through my previous governance roles and work experience to ensure I ask the right questions around Council's financial responsibilities to ensure the needs of our ratepayers are being met through prudent financial management, reflective of our population and central government's requirements. Council's funding and financial policies are up to date and applicable to the current financial climate. Transparency in the way this is reported back to our community in real dollar value.
Okay. Carolyn, what box number?
I'm guessing now, 21.
Oh, good. The old voting age back in 1949. Only reason why I know that because it was the first year my mum, no, not my mum, my grandma voted. And it's the first year that New Zealand got their first wahine Māori elected to Parliament. So yeah, Iriaka Ratana. However, everyone probably knows the next one down, Whetū Turek Hartley Sullivan, as being the more, not because she was the first wahine minister. Okay, we got F for Foxtrot. How will you engage with whānau at hapu and iwi throughout your term, not just at election time?
Yeah, great question. And this is probably mirrored in a previous question I answered, and I honestly cannot remember the number because they're sort of coming at us in all directions, guys. So yeah, so this is something that we do through our iwi liaison, and we do it on the run, on the ground. Also, we're all, not just myself, but we're all, let me refer to our panel here, our candidates. We're all highly connected to this community. It's a rarity. We're a 7-day-a-week crew. We're not 2 days a week. We're not 1 day a week. So we're out and about in social circles, in sporting circles, in any circles. And that's what we do here in Kawerau. Thank you.
Okay, Beres, what box number?
Number 10.
Fortunately, number 10's not gone, but the last one is the old driver's license age of 15.
Okay, I'll take that one.
It's all right. Hands up in the room who got their driver's license at 15.
No, 21 I got mine.
Oh, okay. Gee, I feel like I'm the old one out here.
I'm about to have to get tested again for the 80-year-old one.
That's all right. You'll probably pass with flying colours. I mean, you know, I've done my truck driver's medical, which is the same test. Okay, we got J for Juliet. What role do you see Māori wards playing in lifting overall equity and inclusion in local government?
One of the beauties of actually having introduced Māori wards is that it's allowed some candidates to stand who probably would never have stood for the general, in the general ward system, in the usual system. And so it's bringing new talent and new perspectives to the council table.
Okay, Sella, what box number?
Going by what Beres has got, she's on to it. The year that I had my son, 23. So I was 23 years old when I had my first
23
baby.
is still available.
Is that the lucky number? Yes. Thank you,
Yep,
Beres.
let's find out what's in question number 23. We've got Z for Zulu. What would you do to address youth crime in this town, and what would you do to minimise it?
Thank you, Sam. First off, every town has youth crime, not just our little community. But caring for Kawerau, whether it is for our youth or Pākeke, has never been a you problem. And over my time in service to our community outside of the council chambers, have been privileged to be a part of those groups who are still active in looking at solutions to address community safety. Council continues to facilitate community discussions with police, probation, oranga tamariki, health and social services and community groups, neighbourhood support in the night hours, so a collective community action plan is in place while regulating through the environmental service arm of council functionality and activities.
Okay, thank you for that. Carolyn, what box number?
It's in the ballot or it's in the bag. I bagged you, guess it, Sam.
Should we do 20?
Yeah, why not? Be rude not to.
Okay, we got R for Rotorua. Or no, actually Rotorua. That's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And that's always always a good lake to stay at. Okay. How will you work with other agencies to address health, housing and education inequities for Māori in the district?
How would I do that personally? I probably wouldn't. To be honest, again, these questions seem to be angled in certain directions. I'm just going to say that because I can, to you all and to you, the viewer. It is everybody involved in the community that connect, work together and make sure things can happen. And sometimes they don't. And sometimes we don't get it right. I'm not the expert in this, and I think a lot of people like to know that rather than being the expert in something, when we're asking these directed questions, that we actually really care more than what we know. So my answer is I'm not able to answer it. I don't think it is something we should be asking our candidates. And I'm just going to be that honest person with an honest answer. I don't have all the answers.
So we always love honesty there. And yes, it is a team effort. Okay, Beres, would you like to choose the age of joining the military at 17 or the age that you no longer have to have parental income put on for student allowance at 24?
Well, I'll take 24 because I had been teaching for quite a few years by then. So yes, my parents brought us, my 6 children up to be independent, and that's a bit of a curse for the rest of the community because we are the Julians.
Okay, so we've got S for sulphur. What are your thoughts on charging non-locals to use our pool complex? That stumped me, but maybe you can elaborate what happens here.
Right, well, at the moment, our pool is funded by the ratepayers. And we don't all necessarily use it, but we're very proud of our complex. If we were to charge non-locals, it would cost us something like 60 to 80,000 Ks a year to put somebody there to collect the money. Would we actually collect 60 to 80,000 Ks with people coming in? I'm not quite sure that we would. And then, of course, even if we gave everybody a local card because they're a local person, they get very creative and share it, don't they, with their friends. So while we can afford, and the ratepayers can afford, and we also get our chlorine delivered free from one of the industries, it would be good to be able to keep it free, not free, but open for everybody.
Thank you for that. And you just reminded me, I've actually got my one for Wellington City in Wellington that gives me 50% off at the zoo in Zealandia. That's sitting in my pocket of a local card. So yes. Now we've got one question left, but we haven't got that. So I'm going to ask all candidates to answer this one, which is G for geothermal. What would you do for young people in Kawerau? E.g., we've been trying to set up a youth centre for young people. Let's go with Beres, sorry.
I'm actually one of the mentors on the Youth Council, and I have been for quite a while. It would be good to have a centre for our youth. Unfortunately, youth like to change things up. So the gathering place this week may not be the favourite place next week, but we do try to provide as many facilities where they can hang out safely as we can. And we are in the process with the Youth Council and Sport Bay of Plenty at redesigning our skate park, which is one of the major hubs where the children actually hang out.
Okay. Stella.
Just following on from Beres, I'm so used to calling her Councillor Julian, but in this space, Beres, yes, we do have the Youth Council, and we also have youth that are at risk, that are outside of that ability to be able to sit in that space with our current Youth Council. And so appreciate the groups that are in place. You do have services here that wrap around our youth. Tūwharetu Hauora, you have the Te Wānanga o Aotearoa, you have all the schools that after hours when they should be at home with their own families but love kawerau rangatahi enough, serve our students whether they're taking them to sports or activities or supporting them in their own hopes and aspirations. I was a youth kaimahi when I was at Tūwharetu, and in that space the youth actually knew the answers. They weren't the youth from the Youth Council, they were youth that actually didn't have a place. And so look forward, it's something to build on. There is a proposal that's in place and there are relationships with Sports Bay of Plenty that may be able to address some of those areas that we haven't addressed yet. Kia ora.
Okay, Carolyn.
Youth. Yeah, I was a youth at one time, right? Okay, so back in the day, we had everything that our youth have here now. We have the river, we have the lakes, we have the reserves, we have parks. Oh, we have sport teams and we have schools. So Carolyn's going to take it from a different angle. Keep our kids in sports. Our kids need something here. The ability to get off devices will be a win, won't it, guys? Honestly, that's a battle at the moment. But in saying that, how we connect with council, I'll get out of the sports team now, how we connect with council is through our youth council. So we have the arm into the kids that are here and we take the takeaways from that, and may that continue. They're successful. I'm looking at one right now, Renee, behind the counter. So we have the stars in our community to uplift those ones that probably aren't there quite yet.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, normally we will take a 10-minute break here. Do we want to proceed with the 10-minute break or should we get straight to hard-hitting questions?
We spend hours in council meetings. We're good to go.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard-hitting questions. We're not gonna make a money. One does a question because every candidate has answered the hard-hitting questions.
Okay, so hard-hitting questions are the questions here where all candidates have to answer. They can't use their button cards, they can't use their deferred cards because they're all going to be answering the question. Let's get on to hard-hitting question number one. What role do you see for council in enabling Māori land development while respecting tikanga and whenua rights? Carolyn.
Thank you. Great question. Hot topic is development. Any development. We'll take any development, right? So we're here, as I've mentioned previously, we're the enabler. So referring back to the question, the rights in the tikanga are provided through from where I've previously had employment and been aware of is through our, I'm going to just go to it, to our cultural assessments. So over time, we've learnt in our working life, in our council life, how things tick here in Kawerau. And as I say, we can only do so much as a council for anybody that comes along to develop here in the K. Thank you.
Okay, Sella.
Just tautoko what Carolyn's saying, that our role is more around enabling Māori land development. That's not up to council to decide their hopes and aspirations for their people. What we can do, and as we've learnt, especially with the current government we have in place, is that we facilitate discussions. We gather the information which has been imposed on iwi, hapu, Māori, and we share that back to where that information belongs. We're the connectors to ensure that the decisions they're making, they are well informed and equipped should there be any pushback from the powers that be. We have a wonderful iwi liaison and cultural advisor when it comes to any developments that are in Kawerau. We have stakeholders and partnerships which have been respectfully gained through respectful relationships, trusting relationships, which is very hard within government times to do, to have trust, but have been able to build that. So whatever guidance comes from local government, they know is tūturu, which is tika and pono true.
Okay, Beres.
We are progressing our 4th council housing development. We have done the infrastructure, that's all the pipes underground, the roads, etc., footpaths, and the lighting for all these developments. We chose to take that on ourselves so that when the houses and the development took place, all the services were there to be connected up. We also make sure that our consenting and building departments are up to speed and they offer as much help as possible. So for Maori development, they have some good examples and we are always willing to help wherever we can.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's get on to hard-hitting question number 2. How will you celebrate and protect local Māori history and sites of significance in council planning? Beres.
A few years ago, well, quite a few years ago now, we actually hosted the National Weaving Hui in our district. And that group actually named a lot of our sites. So we still have the knowledge in our community of where those sites are, and they are definitely marked and certainly respected. And as has been alluded before, we do have a cultural advisor who actually pulls us up if we're wrong. But we just work with everybody.
Okay, Sella.
Celebration is easy. You can be there at every opening, every ribbon cutting. You can be there to clap and applaud. The hard part is protect. And I'm speaking from a legislative requirement in regards to protecting local Māori history and the sites of significance within council planning, because legislation impacts on that. You had the Māori Land Te Turu Whenua Māori Act in 1993, which was to retain Māori ownership and used by owners. And then you had the Historical Places Act in 1993 and the Resource Managers Act in 1991, which sought to make sure that whānau were in charge of the hopes and aspirations for their whānau, their people, and also next generation future forecasting. But, and this is the but, and where we are currently at a standstill, the Resource Management Consenting and Other System Changes Amendment Act 2025 makes targeted changes to the Resource Management Act, the work that is underway to replace the previous RMA that was put in place. New legislation is based on government, current government agendas, and we know what those are. It's just been able to honour our whānau because we live, work and breathe Kawerau air.
Okay. Carolyn.
Thank you, great question. We're all protectors, aren't we? Everybody in this room, the viewer, we're all charged with looking after our environment. And as mentioned earlier, the sites of significance are registered. They are in the planning tool. It sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? Because it's not for us to say what to do, and we refer often, more than often, through our iwi liaison committee, to our iwi advisor. So, yep, let's all be kind to ourselves. Let's all protect what we have. And along the way, I know I have, and I'm sure my fellow current candidates and councillors have, we've learned more than we've ever learnt when we first walked in to the Kawerau District Council. So I'm proud to be part of that, and we'll continue the learning.
Okay, let's get on to hard-hitting question number 3. Now, just to be aware that there is a graphic error, and it was in the question sheet on that one because I found out where the error is. The Māori constituency for the regional council here is kohi, not the one that's in Toto. So, so treat it as kohi, not as the other one. So, what is your position on retaining Kawerau's District Council's Māori Ward and the Bay of Plenty Regional Council's kohi Māori constituency, and why do you hold that position? Beres.
It's very important because within the Bay of Plenty we have a very large Maori population, and it's important that they are encouraged and supported to have their voice. When we were approached to have a Maori ward in our district, we said, we've got a good supply of people on the council who already affiliate. But as was pointed out to us, it may not always be the same. And I'm delighted to see the people who have put their names forward for our Maori ward. They have had the courage. They may not have had the courage to stand as an at-large ward. So I'm certainly supportive of both the regional council and our district having Maori wards.
Okay. Carolyn.
Thank you. Third hard-hitting question. Great. Love these hard-hitting questions. But in saying that, I'm not going to answer for the Bay of Plenty Regional Council. That's not our role. That's not what we do. But for Kawerau, most importantly, we have voted in Māori wards, and that's called democracy. That's what we do. So we are here, whether we're in this role or not, to support how our council going forward is going to be set up. And I agree with Beres, and like Salah, I have issues with not saying Councillor Julian. So we will be here, hopefully, to support those roles who will be charged with looking after everybody, in a role for all people of Kawerau to the best of their ability. So, all the best.
Okay. And Salah.
And just continue the cordial from both beautiful ladies, I'm the rose in the middle, by the way, for their comments. In November, when it was decided and determined that we would keep the request from our community for Māori wards, the interesting part is, and it was triple-digit figures for submissions that come in asking, please have foresight and vision for the future, because although you're made up of you've got a diverse group that's there through age, through genders, through nationalities. We don't know if that's what the climate is going to look like, that's what the community is going to look like in the future, and our voice may be lost. And so for that reason, it was picked up. And my challenge really is that Māori wards are the only ones who have to have a referendum to prove that they are validated and can stay there. Rural community boards don't have referendums, and yet they serve the same function around a council table. So that is my real question in regards to, yes, I support it. And if you're going to look at Māori wards and having a referendum, then look at rural and community boards and having a referendum in that space as well. Kia ora.
And just for some random facts out there, in Rotorua, the Rotorua Rural Ward had their candidate elected unopposed. So that's something that has come up, and the Rural Ward only exists because of Māori wards. So that's
some learnings there,
something for
Sam. Nice.
neighbours across the road. or across the border.
Does central government watch this as well?
Yeah. Okay, now let's get to time for closing statements on why candidates should receive one of your ticks when it comes to voting. And I'll just get my random list order generator to spit out a new order. Sulla, you get to go first.
Sorry, what was the question?
Your closing statements.
Sorry, I was still floating. But Kawerau, you know what serves you right. You know what has your best interests at heart. Be nice to all the candidates that are standing, because it is not easy. The reason they stand is because they love Kawerau, and they know that the vision looking forward is difficult to make sure that it's resilient and sustainable when you have other bigger councils who want to suck up all the resources, economic development opportunities, so that we can pay their rates. So I'm just sharing, just amalgamation is not a dirty word, it's not a kept secret, it's actually not a good secret, because we all know why amalgamation is actually at the table. What we ask is that the members who sit and make decisions on behalf of near 8,000 whānau in Kawerau, you choose them because you know they'll do the job. I hope I'm one of them.
And can we get a round of applause?
Hey, this is my last question.
Okay, Carolyn.
Kia ora, thank you, viewer, and thank you everybody here. Like I say, we can't see, but we have our Kawerau people here in a nice cosy town hall. Carolyn Iron for Kawerau District Council, for experience, for integrity and care, and most of all, lived here, breathed the air, loved the space, loved the people, and have a life that I have because our family brought us here at a very young age. So, kei for Kawerau, keep it local, always keep it local. The hard decisions are often that have to be made, will be made, and to know we have strength in numbers. But most of all, we're going into a very new looking council, and we need you to pick 9 of us to make everything right for Kawerau. So we're the caretaker. So as I say, caretaker C for Carolyn. Thank you.
Okay, and Beres.
I bring 21 years as a councillor and my knowledge and skills to the table. I always study my agenda and other meeting papers, and I am prepared and able to ask the difficult questions. Somebody once told me, for everybody who's brave enough to put their hand up, 6 other people want to know the answer. So I offer my opinions in all areas and ideas, and I'm willing to work as a team player and to bring betterment and growth to our district. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, candidates, for coming today. Now, just before we go, we'll get onto, now I'm just wondering if I've managed to update the budget on this, because now was it? Gee, trying to remember what the day was. Oh heck, I have not actually added in a set of figures. Gee, I'm a bit slack here today. Was it? That's the one I want. And now we've got it here, and then I will add an extra column in that we can sit there and do that. And okay, so today, so It's in the Ballot is an independent non-profit organisation that is funded on small dollar donations, and which is funded by viewers and members who sit there and support the platform. Today's cost to sit there and run the show to run the shows today, which we're doing 4 of them. We've got a total venue hire of $192, Starlink internet connection of $14, our Restream hosting services, which is what's broadcasting to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch simultaneously, is $31 a day, and our fuel transportation cost to sit there and come here is $100, and there is a refreshment budget, subject to actually having funds, to help nourish the crew who helped do it at $50. If you'd like to sit there and support It's in the Ballot and their projects, feel free to go on Eventbrite and buy a Koha ticket or a Koha without admission ticket for a direct donation to It's in the Ballot. You can also head to our Give a Little page and put in put in a donation on givealittle. And you can also head to our website, it's in the ballot.nz, and click on donations where you can get our Kiwi Bank bank account number and do a direct credit deposit into our bank account. And if you are watching on YouTube, if you're watching live, you can do a YouTube super chat. And if you're watching afterwards, you can do a YouTube super thanks. And these funds here help bring these brilliant shows around the country. And I have to say, I'm very pleased to have made my first visit to Kawerau doing It's in the Ballot. Also, I'd like to thank our candidates for coming today to put their feet to the It's in the Ballot fire. It's not easy sitting there jumping in front of a video camera, but thank you for doing it. Also, I'd like to thank our audience for participating today. As always with small towns, they come out and support you when you come in here. I wonder if Selwyn Toogood ever ran the TV show It's in the Bag here. Fingers crossed, probably has actually. That will be going back a few years ago now. Also like to thank Renee, who's jumped on the cameras today to help us out of the blue. This is what small communities like. Everyone knows someone who can sit there and do something. I'd like to thank Henry for being our remote editor, Nick for being our candidate liaison, Stacey for doing our graphics, Laura for doing our marketing and promotions, Helen for doing the questions, and Carol for doing the playing cards on there. And we will sit down there and be back at 1 o'clock for Kawerau Māori Award. We will see a fresh round of candidates vying for those seats. Have a good afternoon.